Hello, welcome to Today in History. My name is Sotonye Afiasimama. It's the 31st of August. Let's get cracking. We'll roll back the blind, as usual, to the year 12, so the year 12 of our common era. His name is Caligula. He was a Roman emperor. He was born on this day, the year 12. His brief reign, which was from the year 37 to 41, was marked by unpredictable and tyrannical behavior, which ended with his murder. Caligula was the third Roman emperor, ruling from AD 37 to 41, so 37 to 41 of our common era, son of the popular Roman general Germanicus and Augustus's granddaughter Agrippina the Elder. Caligula was born into the first ruling family of the Roman Empire, conventionally known as the Julio-Claudian dynasty. So this is a bust of Caligula, who was born on this day in the year 12. He became emperor at the age of 25 and was murdered 4 years later at the age of 29. He was a tyrannical, unpredictable ruler. Let's move on now to the year 1569, and we're in a country called India. Well, I guess it wasn't a country at the time. India was possibly an empire, a kingdom, but this guy's name is Jahangir, Emperor of India. So yeah, an emperor rules over an empire. So he was born on this day in the year 1569. His name was originally Prince Salim, was later changed to Jahangir. He was born in a place called Fatehpur Sikri to Akbar and one of his wives, Mariam-uz-Zamani. Mariam-uz-Zamani was the daughter of Raja Bharmal of Amber. Akbar's previous children had died in infancy, and he had sought help of holy men to produce a son. So I guess that help came to fruition when Jahangir was born and obviously lived to adulthood. So that's Jahangir, Emperor of India, who was born on this day in the year 1569. Let's move on to the year 1850. King Kamehameha III. That's him pictured right here. Who was he? He was third king of the Kingdom of Hawaii from 1825 to 1854. So he was made Honolulu a city, or declared Honolulu a city on this day and capital of his kingdom on this day in 1850. Well, he died 4 years later in 1854. 1945, what happened on this day? Van Morrison, Irish singer-songwriter, full name Sir George Ivan, or Van for short, Morrison, OBE, which stands for Order of the British Empire. He is a Northern Irish singer-songwriter, instrumentalist, and record producer. His professional career began as a teenager in the late 1950s, where he played a variety of instruments. So he's a multi-instrumentalist, not just an instrumentalist, including the guitar, harmonica, keyboards, and saxophone. You can see him here pictured with his saxophone. And he also played for various Irish show bands covering the popular hits of that time. Arguably, his most famous song is "Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one above you?" So go check it out. If you haven't heard it before, that's Van Morrison for you, pictured here. Irish singer, songwriter from Northern Ireland, not the Irish Republic, but from Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom. So he was born on this day in 1945. So happy birthday, Sir George Ivan Morrison, OBE. So we move on to the year 1949, and Richard Gere was born. He is an American actor, so from the United States, and he's also a humanitarian. His full name is Richard Tiffany Gere. He's an actor and a producer. He began his films in the 70s playing a supporting role in Looking for Mr. Goodbar in 1977 and a starring role in Days of Heaven 1978. So this is the young Richard Gere, and that's him a lot older, and that's him here. So happy birthday, Mr. Richard Gere, who turns 71 today. Let's move on to the year 1991. Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan. On this day, they declare their independence from the Soviet Union. So Uzbekistan, as you can see, is in yellow, Kyrgyzstan in pink to the right of the screen. So this was the day that they declared their independence from Russia. Now one thing comes to mind, when did Kazakhstan declare their independence? And if they declared their independence before Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan, which is very likely because they're a much bigger country, it means that Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan were still part of the Russian Federation. They would have been cut off by land, from what this picture is revealing. I may be wrong, but anyway, it's not strange. It's a bit strange, but not totally strange. But yeah, all this is just conjecture, just my assumption that they would have broken up from the Russian Federation before the smaller countries. It's usually the case, or possibly it happened on the same day or around the same time, within weeks of each other, possibly. Anyway, that's the day that Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan declared their independence from the Soviet Union. 1991 was the year. The day was 31st of August. So happy Independence Day, Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. 1997. Tragic event took place on this day, and we all know where we were, those of us who were still alive, or who were old enough to know what was happening in the world at the time. This lady, Princess Diana, sadly, tragically died in an automobile accident. There's hardly anyone on the planet who doesn't know about Diana, but I'm still gonna read a bit about her. Perhaps there are things you didn't know about Diana which you'd discover from this short biography. So, Diana, Princess of Wales. She was a British princess. She was born on the 1st of July 1961 in Sandringham, so on the Sandringham estate in England. She was a member of the British royal family. She was the first wife of Charles, Prince of Wales, the heir apparent to the British throne, and the mother of Prince William and Prince Harry. She wasn't always a princess, but she was born into the British nobility and grew up close to the royal family on the Sandringham estate. The youngest daughter of John Spencer, 8th Earl Spencer, and Frances Shand Kidd, she was strongly affected by their divorce in 1967. So basically, she was 6 when her parents got divorced. So yeah, that's the age where children are very impressionable, and understandably that would have affected her. She did not distinguish herself academically, but was talented in music, dance, and sports. In 1978, she moved to London, where she lived with flatmates and took on various low-paying jobs. I remember she was a school teacher at the time that she met Charles. They got engaged, got married, and the rest, as I say, is history. Obviously, she got separated, got divorced. Charles was having affairs with Camilla, which I don't think he denied. And she started seeing Alfayed's son. Can't remember what the young man's name was now. But Alfayed is the owner of Harrods, located in London. I think it's on Oxford Street. I've been there once or twice, or 2 or 3 times. But yeah, so she started dating him after the divorce, and they were involved in an accident, automobile accident. That's controversial as well. Some people believe it was a setup. I don't know what to think. The only thing is, it was a very sad day for the world when the news broke. Millions and millions and millions of people were heartbroken because this woman touched their lives in so many ways. So many ways. She was kind. She was generous. She had a good heart generally. She had a wonderful smile. She loved people. I think one thing that stood out for me was her. I think I saw her hugging an AIDS patient. At the time when people were frightened of even getting close to somebody who had AIDS. Here was Diana, showing affection by hugging or touching someone who was infected with AIDS. Obviously, AIDS is not contagious, unless you got in touch with someone's blood, an infected person's blood got into you, Diana made an impact on my life as well, show that you can be generous, you can be kind to people who are not as economically advantaged as you are. She showed humanity. She showed kindness to all those she met. She gave them a smile. I'm sure she had her moments, but overall, she was a good human being, fantastic human being. So her heart goes out to her sons today and her ex-husband, all those who loved her, millions of people around the world who would be remembering Diana today. We'll end it here for today's edition of Today in History. Remember Diana, Princess of Wales, and our hearts go out to her sons who are now men in their own right, fathers, husbands, doing well for themselves, supporting her charities. So we'll end it here for Today in History for the 31st of August. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you tomorrow for another edition of Today in History. Do not forget to like this video if you like it, and share with your family and friends. You can also subscribe by hitting the notification bell so that you receive updates of my video uploads. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Today in History. Bye-bye.